All right. Hi, Bonnie.
Good morning.
Morning. If you want to go ahead and blow your nose before we start, that will be helpful. Susan, did you hear that about blowing your nose? Okay. And if everyone wants to go ahead and take a comfortable seat, we'll get started in just a minute. Thanks everyone for being here. Okay, I'll wait till we get everybody back on screen, but just find a supported, comfortable seated position on a block or a pillow, in a chair or on a bolster, whatever feels good. And before I have you close your eyes, and I'm going to get a little closer to the screen, when I ask you to take Vishnu Mudra, so you're going to take your left hand, close your index finger and middle finger together, and then keep your ring finger and pinky finger together as best you can with your thumb out. And this is what we're going to take alternate nostril breaths with. So index finger, middle finger together, ring finger and pinky finger closed with your thumb out. So you'll close with your thumb and then use your ring finger. If that feels obnoxious to hold your hand in this mudra, you can simply just use your index finger and your thumb if that's easier. So just so you guys know for when we do that. But for now, just let your hands rest on your thighs. Let your eyes close down. Feel the shoulders nice and heavy and your spine nice and light. Just watch the first place that your mind went to in that quiet moment. Work to release any judgment about the place that your mind went. And regardless if your brain went to a thought or a feeling or the breath, just let yourself clear the slate for this morning's practice. So you can really take this next hour to thoughtfully breathe and to mindfully move. Take an inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. Inhaling through your nose. And open mouth, exhale. Again, just clearing the slate, paving the way. One more, in through your nose. And out through your mouth. And sit up a little taller. Maybe you need to wiggle your shoulders or move your jaw around for a second. Try and keep your eyes closed. And let your belly fully relax. So no need to hold in the belly or make any kind of muscular bind with your abdominal muscles. Letting the belly relax. And in turn, allowing your lower back to relax. Your shoulders to descend. But all at the same time, allowing your spine to rise higher as you're staying in your seat. Go ahead, take your left hand, curl your index finger and middle fingers in towards your palm. Close the space between your ring finger and your pinky finger. Let your left thumb block off your left nostril. And we're going to do this a little differently than maybe you're used to. Breathe in through the right side of your nose. Close off the right nostril, breathe out through the left. And you're going to do the same thing. So you're going to breathe in through the right side. Close off the right side, breathe out through the left. Breathe in through the right. Close off the right, breathe out through the left. Again, breathe in through the right. Close off the right, breathe out through the left. Breathe in through the right side. Close off the right, breathe out through the left. So we're just taking that same pathway, breathing in through the right side, left side closed off. Close the right, breathe out the left. Breathe in through the right. Close off the right, breathe out through the left. Make sure you close off the left so you can breathe in through the right. Close off the right side, breathe out through the left. Take that 3 more times, the same side. So you're breathing in the same nostril and breathing out through the same nostril. So we're not switching the pathways. 1 more, in through the right and out through the left. Good, release your hand. Just breathe in a few times in and out through your nose. Relaxed belly, seeing if you can feel the difference right to left. And then you're going to find that same mudra curling in your index finger and middle finger, keeping your ring finger and pinky finger close. And now we're going to take it through the opposite side. So you're going to close off the right nostril, breathe in through the left side, close off the left, breathe out the right. Close the right, breathe in through the left. Close the left, breathe out through the right. Close the right side, breathe in through the left. Close left, breathe out right. Close the right, breathe in through the left. Close the left, breathe out through the right. So continue on this side, always breathing in through the left and breathing out through the right side of the nose. Keep going on this side, in through the left, out through the right. Maybe it feels different to inhale through this side and exhale out the opposite. You're going to take a good 5 more rounds of inhaling on the left side exhaling out of the right. Stay tall in your spine. And after your 5th round, release your left hand down. Just take a couple easy breaths in and out through the nose. See if you maybe feel a bit more balance. And then find your seat again. Relaxed legs, soft belly, descending shoulders, tall spine. We're going to take one more round of this brain balancing breath. So take any mudra, use any hand that feels comfortable. If the left hand felt a little funny for you and you want to try the right hand. So now we're going to continue the breathing, but it's going to be a little different. So block off your left nostril. Inhale through the right. Close the right, exhale out of the left. Then you inhale through the left. Close off the left, breathe out through the right. Breathe in through the right. Close the right, breathe out the left. In through the left. Close the left, breathe out through the right. In through the right. Close the right, breathe out the left. In through the left. Close off the left, breathe out through your right. In through the right. Close the right, breathe out the left. In through the left. Close the left, breathe out the right. And continue on your own. So whatever side you exhale out of, you'll take an inhale on that same side. So it's a little bit different than the first way. I'm going to give you some silence for about 2 minutes to do this alternate nostril breath. Again, after you exhale on one side, you'll take an inhale on that same side. If you ever feel lost or frustrated, please feel free to just release this pattern of breath and just return to inhaling and exhaling through your nose. Stay tall in your spine, relaxed in your shoulders. Do your best to stay with the breath. Catch yourself if you begin to wander off mentally. Go ahead and finish the round that you're on. Release both hands back down into your lap or on your legs. And return to breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Being aware of your mental landscape and any way it's changed or settled. And then take this next moment to formulate, to find, or to maybe just sit for an intention for a moment for your practice. Take a big breath in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. Let your eyes open up slowly, blink them. You're going to stay in a seat for just a moment. If you'd like to switch the cross of your shin, go ahead and switch. Bring your hands up, fingers towards the ceiling, and you're just going to let your wrists go up and down, up and down, up and down. So you're just moving from the hinge of your wrist. Yep, keep yourself tall in your upper body, relaxing your shoulders. Now you're going to let your wrists go side to side. So you kind of have those palm tree arms. Your wrists are going side to side, side to side. There you go. You guys got it. Back to up and down. Now you're going to keep your right hand going up and down. So right hand up and down, left hand side to side. Oh, And then pause. Left hand up and down, wrist up and down, right one side to side. And you might get frustrated. You can always pause. Come back to starting one hand up and down, the other side to side, and you might get caught up in it. And then you're going to switch. Right hand up and down, left hand side to side. And then you're going to switch. Left hand up and down, right wrist side to side. Don't worry, this is not a test. Switch. So one wrist is up and down, one side to side, switch. Now, if you're having a heck of a time with this, this is your homework after class, is to practice this. One up and down, one side to side, one more time, switch. Left wrist up and down, right wrist side to side, and then just relax. Move your arms, shake your head a little bit, move around. Good job, everyone. Come forward off your seat into tabletop all fours, and just take a few rounds of cat-cow, belly hanging down, eyes going up, and then exhale, reverse the motion of your spine, pressing into the floor, rounding your back. Inhale, belly down, eyes moving upwards. Exhale, pressing the ground away, rounding through your back. All right, so first we got our brain nice and awake this morning. So now we need to get the body awake to work well with the brain. So you're moving through your spine all the way from your tailbone to your neck and your crown. One more time through cat and through cow. And then bringing yourself to a neutral tabletop, neutral spine. Extend your right leg behind, left arm out in front. Bird dog, slowly lift your leg behind. You can always come onto your bottom forearm if that feels better. So it's opposite arm, opposite leg. Use your belly muscles, good. Keep your eyes in one spot. Nice, everybody, breathe in. Exhale, left hand down or left forearm down, right knee down. Other side, inhale, reach your left leg behind, right arm out in front, and then lift through your back leg. Eyes in one spot. So we switch sides, there you go. 2 more breaths. Good, breathe in. Exhale, hand or forearm down, and then knee down. Good, take a moment. We're gonna do that again. Right leg behind, toes tucked under. Just keeps you stable. Left arm extended, then lift through your right leg. Good, try to make your hips, your sacrum a little bit more even and parallel to the floor. Inhale, lift your arm and your leg just an inch, and then exhale, let it come down that inch. So it's still lifted. One more time, up an inch, just a little bit, and then down an inch. Good, release your hand, release your knee. Other side, left toes tucked behind. Right arm out and extended. Bird dog, lift your leg, find your stable point. Good, everyone. Don't forget to breathe. Now on your next inhale, arm and leg lift just an inch. Exhale down an inch. Not a foot, just an inch up and down. One more breath in. Exhale, hand down, knee down. Back to the right leg and left arm. So take your time to find that lifted position. Relax through your jaw. Good, make sure you're not putting all the effort on your right hand. One more breath in. Exhale, hand down, knee down. One more time. Last side, left leg, right arm, bird dog. Or sometimes you hear this posture called sunbird. I just learned that. That's a fun one. Keep your hips level. Don't drop through your left hip. Just keep it even and level with the right. One more breath in. Good. Exhale, hand down, knee down. From tabletop, find your first downward dog. Flip your toes under, lift your hips up, shift back, relax your head, and breathe out. So a couple breaths in downward dog. If movement feels like that's where your body wants to go right away, please do. If stillness feels better, stay still. Two more breaths in downward dog. Eyes should be between your big toes or between your upper inner thighs. Good, go ahead and bring your big toes together. Now you're gonna take bird dog in downward facing dog. Listen carefully, big toes together. Inhale, lift your right leg up about 2 feet behind you. Put the weight on your right hand, come onto the tips of your left fingers. And this might be it. This is your bird dog of down dog, or you start to float your left fingers up off the floor. So it's still opposite leg, opposite arm. You can always put your left fingers down. So it's the same concept as bird dog. You're just in more of that elevated inverted V. Go ahead and put your left hand down, put your right foot down. Woo. Second side. Left leg lifted just about 2 feet. Shift the weight onto your left hand. Come onto your right fingertips one piece at a time. This might be your bird down dog, or you begin to lift your right hand off the ground. Good, are you breathing? I sure hope so. Nice, everybody. Two more breaths. Woo, one more inhale. Exhale, hand down, foot down. Breathe in. Exhale, knees down, child's pose. Take a wide stance of your knees, shift your hips back, reach your arms forward, and pause. Your forehead can be on the ground. You can use your forearms, stack them to stack your forehead there. And just see how that felt for you. Was that a little challenging this morning? Did one side feel more stable or less stable than the other? Did you find yourself still focusing on your breath even in a challenging shape? Inhale, come back into tabletop, all fours. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips up and back with some degree of bend into your knees. Bring your big toes together. We can't just do it once. We have to practice it again. So let's do it again. Right leg lifted up behind, just 2.5 feet. Put more weight, more awareness onto your right hand. Come onto your left fingertips. Make a little tent with your left hand. Then if you'd like, you can lift through your left hand. Doesn't have to be a lot, just a bit. Eyes are on that bottom big toe. So your eyes are in one spot. You can always bring your hand back down. Good, good, good. So it's opposite arm, opposite leg in downward dog. One more breath in. Exhale, hand down and foot down. Just one more time on the other side. Lift your back leg up, other side, 2.5 feet. Weight onto your left hand, come onto your right fingertips. And then slowly, if you choose to lift your hand, it's great to keep the hand down as well. It's great to keep your breath going in and out through your nose. Nice. One more breath in. Exhale, hand down, foot down, and just stay on downward dog. Big exhale out. Ooh, it's a lot of work first thing in the morning. Big toes come back together, still in your downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up towards the sky or ceiling. Exhale, step your left foot between your hands. Keep your fingers down, runner's lunge. Left foot up between your hands, fingers down. Breathe in. Exhale, bend your right knee. Step your right foot up to meet your left. As many steps as you'd like, forward fold. Keep your fingertips down towards the floor. Shift the weight onto your right foot. Take your left leg up and back. Runner's lunge, but hands stay down. Good, breathe in. Exhale, bend your left knee. Step your left foot up as many times as you'd like, forward fold. Shift the weight onto your left foot. Right leg up and back, runner's lunge. Fingers stay down for support. Good, slight bend to your right knee, couple steps up. Get back into your forward fold, relax your head. Weight to the right foot, left leg up, lift it higher. Exhale back, fingers stay down. Bend to your back knee, step it up, forward fold. So I want you to continue taking one leg up and back into that runner's lunge, fingers down. Slight bend in the knee to bring you forward into Uttanasana fold. So we're just going to do that side to side, leg to leg. Slight bend in the back knee to bring you up. And then start to focus on the descent. When you lift your leg and let the ball of the foot come down, letting yourself land quietly. So the step up can be pretty easy to land softly, but the step back, we want to try to be lighter in the foot. Yeah, so keep going. Keep breathing. You can always have blocks under your hands. You can have those tented fingertips down on the floor. So right now we're focusing on the lightness of landing the leg that's going behind. Good. Yeah, if you want to stay in forward fold instead, please do. This is your time and your practice. Your body may want something a little different than my voice offers, which I always want you to take. Now, on these next few that you take with these lunges back, try to focus on a moment of your heart pulling forward instead of having just that rounded cat back. So before you step yourself up, you're going to come into more of a half lifted position, leg up and back. So we're trying to keep the chest up. Yeah, nice, Candace. Notice if you're speeding up, just for time's sake, take your time. Just one more time each side, or for you it might be 3 to end evenly. Good, landing lightly with that back leg. Then taking your time, end in a forward fold. Take opposite hand, opposite elbow. Let yourself dangle over your legs. Let your head dangle as heavy as you can away from the rest of your spine. So it's like that heavy piece of fruit that's about to drop off of the tree. Good, feel free to move your neck in tiny little circles or shake it yes and no, but gently. Good, releasing your elbows, hands coming to your shins or thighs. Inhale, lift up halfway, eyes stay towards the ground. Exhale, forward fold. Little bend in your knees as you reach your arms out, come up to stand, Utthita Tadasana, extend it. Good, exhale, hands at your heart, close your eyes. Don't forget that intention that you set for your practice, try to bring it back for a moment. And as you're ready, open your eyes, inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, bend your knees, lead with your heart, slow to forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, eyes on the ground, spine long. Exhale, hands at the top of your mat. Step your feet back, your first plank pose. Feet separated to help support your frame. Eyes forward, looking ahead of your fingers. Breathe in. Exhale, bring your knees down. Breathe in. Exhale, lower to your belly. Prepare for cobra. Scoot your hands back an inch. Inhale, lift your chest. Eyes stay on the floor. Exhale, lower your upper body. So it's just the upper body lifting on your inhale, lowering on your exhale. Watch if you try to press your hands firmly into the ground. We're using the back muscles, not the push of the arms to get us up. Bhujangasana. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. If your legs naturally rise up as you lift, no need to restrict them to stay down. Let your body move in its natural rhythm. One more up. Go ahead and hold. Continue to breathe in and out through your nose. Bhujangasana, low cobra. Good. If your back feels overly stressed, please lower yourself down and just pause. Squeeze your elbows in towards your side, waist, and ribs. One more breath in. Exhale, lower. Just take a pause. Neutral spine, forehead to the floor. Inhale. Exhale, flip your toes under, tuck them. Press your arms straight. You can keep your knees down, varied plank, and then inhale, lift your knees up, high plank. Betty Joe, lift your hips up a little higher. There we go. Exhale, downward dog. Walk your feet up a few inches. Big breath out. Clear breath in through your nose. Deep breath out. One more. Exhale, bend your knees a little more. Inhale, shift your eyes forward. Step your feet up towards your hands. Forward fold. Hang it down. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach out and up, come up to stand. And then exhale, take it down. Swan dive towards your toes. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fingertips on your mat. Step your feet back. Second plank visit. Wider in your feet. Elbows are extended, knees are extended. Keep your hips nice and elevated. Breathe. One more inhale. Exhale, knees gently to the mat. Breathe in. Exhale, chest towards the mat. Come all the way down. 5 rounds of cobra again. Lifting through your chest and back muscles. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Take 3 more on your own. Please know if you're really jonesing for an upward facing dog, you're welcome to take that now, as long as you have engaged legs and an open chest. Good. One more. Maybe give a couple extra breaths in your lifted cobra or upward dog. Lower on your out breath. Flip your toes under, keep your knees down or lift them up. Exhale, press into your variation of plank. Good, we'll meet in downward facing dog. Don't leave yourself hanging in a long dog. So you might need to take that little journey a couple inches up with your feet. Come back to your breath. Notice if you're hurrying your breath, try to slow it down. One more inhale. Exhale, a little bit more bend in your knees. Look forward. Take your time. Walk or hop your feet up towards your hands. Hang over your legs. Inhale, come up halfway. Try not to lock out through your knees. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extend all the way to stand. Palms touch overhead. Exhale, hands at your heart. Bring your big toes together and touch. Exhale, sit back in chair pose. Keep your hands at your heart. So bum shifting back. Good. Weight onto your right foot. Take your left thigh up and over, eagle. So left thigh over, left arm under. So you can wrap your arms, your hands can stay separated. You can give yourself a hug on your shoulders, or you can wrap palm to palm. All are good. If you're wrapping palm to palm, press your forearms away from your face, Garudasana Eagle. Make sure your right knee is bent to support you. One more breath in. Exhale, just release your arms. Just your arms. Hands back to heart center. Good, breathe in. Exhale, now release your legs. Stand up tall. Good, big toes back together. Exhale, begin in chair pose. Bum back, weight into your heels. Press into your left foot, right thigh up and over. So right thigh over, right arm under. So you're switching arms again. Your hands can stay separated. You can just hug back towards your shoulder blades or wrap into your hands. Press your forearms away from your face. Try to shift more weight back onto your left heel. Send your glutes back. Eyes in one spot. Good. One more breath in. Exhale, just release your arms. Hands to heart center. Breath in. Exhale, release your legs. Whew, shake your legs out. Right, so it's good to get that brain hemispheres awake when we do all that wrapping of one leg over, one arm under. It really gets that connection of our brain going. So we're going to do that again. Big toes together. Exhale, sit back. Utkatasana, chair pose. Left thigh up and over. You can always use your foot as a kickstand. You can also wrap it. So left thigh over, left arm under. Any variation with your arms, the hug, the wrap. Finding some breath with sound in and out through your nose. That right knee is bent, supporting you, sending your glutes back to the back edge of your mat. It's okay to feel the effort of your legs, maybe a little effort in your breath. This time, release your legs first. Exhale. Come up to stand, breathe in. Exhale, release your arms. Second side, hands at your heart, sit back. Right thigh up and over, wrap your foot, use a kickstand. You can use a block, you can have your foot be floating, and then right arm under. Sit, weight back. Breathe slowly. Yeah, if you come out of it, just take a moment to come back into it. Garudasana Eagle. Relax through your jaw. Good, one more breath in. Exhale, release your legs first. Keep your arms in eagle. Breathe in. Exhale, release your arms. Inhale, Utthita Tadasana. Arms up, there we go. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees as you dive it down. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come back up to stand. Reach your arms high. Interlace your fingers, flip your palms up towards the ceiling. My arms are just getting cut off by the camera. Exhale, slight round of your back, press your palms forward like a cat stretch. Bend your knees a little bit. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale again, round a little through your back, tuck your chin, press back through your bum. One more time, inhale up. Exhale, round through your back. Good, release your arms, come up to stand. Roll your shoulders up, back and down. Come towards the top edge of your mat if you're not there already. Left foot stays where it is, right leg goes back about 3 feet, triangle pose. So go ahead and find your triangle. I know you guys know what that is. Hand to your shin or to the block. Right arm up towards the sky. Yep. Good. Now find a comfortable position for your neck. So if you feel strained looking skyward, look straight ahead. The only thing you're going to change is lifting the toes on your left foot. Left foot only. Yeah. Left toes down. Right toes only. So the ball of the foot stays on the ground or the mat. Just your right toes. Good. Right toes down. Inhale, right toes again. Just the toes up. All your toes. Right toes down. Inhale, left toes. Keep your left toes lifted. Add your right toes. So all your toes lifting up off the ground. Good. One more breath in. Exhale, toes down. Breathe in. Exhale, look down at your bottom foot. Good. Release your arms down. You might frame your front foot Bring your back foot up, move towards pyramid pose. So a little shorter stance, not as long. Hang over your front leg for a moment. Relax through your jaw. Please feel free to take a wider stance. Right foot out wider, left foot out wider. Exhale. And then moving towards twisted triangle. Take your right hand, you can web it over your front foot. You can take it out to the side or onto a block. And then reach your left arm up towards the ceiling. Twisted triangle. Nice. Breathe in and out. Good. Gaze where you feel steady. Again, there's some balance that needs to happen, right? When we twist and cross over the midline, that's where the hemispheres of the brain come into play, right and left. One more inhale. Exhale, gaze down at your left big toe, release your left hand, and take your time to step your back foot up, forward fold at the top of the mat. Nice job, everybody. Hang. Shake your head, do what feels right. Big breath out. Right foot stays at the top of the mat, left foot steps back. Trikonasana triangle, second side. Right hand can be on your shin, a block where it feels good. And extend your arm up towards the ceiling. So second side, triangle pose. You don't want as long of a stride as warrior, but you don't want quite as narrow as pyramid. There we go. Back foot's about at a 45-degree angle. Yeah. Inhale, lift just your left toes. Exhale, bring your left toes down. Inhale, just your right toes. Nice. Exhale, right toes down. Inhale, right toes. Oh, some of you were trying to do the left toes. Front toes down. Inhale, both toes, both sets of toes. Balls of the feet stay on the ground. All right, you might feel that inner line of your leg a little bit more active with the toes lifted. One more breath in. Exhale, toes down. Hold Trikonasana, one more breath, in and out. On an exhale, shift your gaze down to your bottom foot. Let your hands frame your front foot. Take a wider stance as needed, maybe a little shorter, so back foot comes up. Hang over your front leg. Good. So right foot is forward, hanging over in pyramid pose, Parsvottanasana. Preparing for your Parivrtta Trikonasana revolved triangle. You can have your hand webbing over your front foot. You can also have your hand on your shin. If you've got a trusty block, you can take it to the outside of your foot. So your left arm is crossing in front of you. Right arm reaches up. Again, gaze where you can be steady. Gaze where you can still breathe. Excellent, everyone. Relax through your jaw. Try to soften through the look of your face. Good, reach up to your top hand and exhale, slowly release it down. Let your head hang down, breathe in. Exhale, bring your back foot up. Inhale, come up halfway, extended spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your arms out to the side, come up to stand, extended mountain. Exhale, hands to your hips. Make sure you have enough space side to side of your mat. Left foot stays in front. You're going to take your right leg behind you and come onto the baby toe side of your right foot. So you're basically crossing your left thigh over your right. So you're on the baby toe side of your right foot. Not too wide out to the side, but not too narrow in, so we want some space. Lift your right arm up towards the ceiling, and then exhale, lean over towards your left. So you're making kind of that crescent shape. Your front foot is flat. You're on the baby toe side of your back foot. So a little lean to the side. Feel free to cactus your arm instead if your shoulder feels creeping up towards your earlobe. One more breath in. Good. Exhale, release your arm. Put weight onto your front foot, and you're going to bring that back foot up and in. Take your time. Feet together. Yep. Right foot stays where it is this time. Left leg crosses behind. So you're on the baby toe side of your foot. Right hand to your hip, left arm up and over so you're leaning towards your back foot, making that crescent or banana shape. Doesn't need to be a huge amount. Maybe cactus your top arm. Notice if you're totally dropping your head to the side, you want to keep some integrity of your neck with the rest of your spine. Good, one more breath in. Exhale, bring your left hand to your hip. Slowly put weight onto your right foot. Might take you a second to bring your feet together. Now you're going to keep again your left foot at the top. This time just cross your right leg behind you. So your legs are crossed. Yep, pinky toes as close as you can get them. Reach your arms up and over. It doesn't matter which arm is behind. So it's like you're streamlining off of a pool and your palms are together. So just like this, up and over. Hug through your inner thighs, palm to palm. Inhale, lift up a little higher, ribs away from your hips. Exhale, lean to the left. Just that small crescent shape over to the left side. Good, hug through your inner thighs. Both soles of the feet are still on the ground. Good, breathe in. Exhale, bring it to center. Switch your arms, switch your palms or wrists or forearms. Try not to look at your feet and shift your legs. So you're gonna switch which leg is in front. There we go. So take your time. We're not in a hurry, pinky toes close. Hug through your inner thighs. You can even use your glutes to help you stabilize, squeezing your bum together. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hinge over to the right. Use that hug of your inner thigh muscles to keep you stable, both feet flat to the ground. There we go, one more breath in. Exhale, bring yourself back to center. Hands to your hips. You're gonna bring your back leg forward, so you're gonna come back to that first variation. So switching which leg is in front. Should be your left leg. Pinky toes nice and close. Weight to your right foot. Weight on your right foot. Bring your left thigh forward, left knee up. Cross your ankle over, standing figure 4, sitting down and back. It's a balance, but it's also that outer hip muscle opener, which is really part of your glutes. Flex firmly into your left ankle. Good. On an inhale, you're going to come up to stand, cross your left leg again over your right. Put the weight on your left foot. Take your back leg, bring it from behind and out in front. I know, it's all kind of brain games today. Weight on the left foot. Bring your right knee and thigh forward. Preparing for that standing pigeon. Cross your ankle, foot hangs off. Exhale, sit it down and back, figure 4 stretch. You guys got it. You can always use a wall to help you with balance. You can always bring your fingers to the floor as well, or to anything that's close to you out in front. Shift your bum back, just like chair pose. Similar to eagle, you'll feel that outer right hip, the muscles of it, nice and open. One more breath in and out. On an inhale, come back to stand. Cross your right leg up and over your left. Now, with your pinky toes close, hands at your heart, press firmly into your palms. Close your eyes. Open them as soon as you feel like you're going to lose your footing. Good. Open your eyes. Put the weight on your right foot. Bring your left leg out in front. Switch the cross of your legs. Both feet firmly grounded onto your mat. Then when you're ready, push into your palms. Close your eyes. Keep your shoulders down from your ears. Nice. Again, if you feel like you're going to lose it, open your eyes. One more breath in. Exhale, release. Open your eyes, relax your arms. Nice job, everybody. That's a lot. Shake out your legs. Take a nice wide stance with your feet. Soften the hinge of your knees. Start to roll around through your hips. Right, we've been doing a lot with that cross-legged position, so we need to free up the hip sockets a little bit. Just like you're doing the slowest motion hula hoop you could think of, switch directions. So side, forward, side, and back. Keeping that softness in your knees so you don't tug at your low back or hamstrings. Last two. Good, come up to stand. Feet inner hips with distance. Arms by your side, palms facing forward, Tadasana. Inhale, reach out and up. Maybe shift your eyes towards your fingers. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, take it down. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, hands plant down. Just step to Adho Mukha, downward facing dog. Deep breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth might be helpful right now. Or in through the nose, out through the nose may still be suiting you. Always know child's pose is right around the corner for you, or puppy pose if you'd like to take one of those instead. I know it's easy to forget. There is no pose that is less than another in the practice, so please know that they're all equal. Start to walk your big toes back to touch together at the center of your mat. Inhale, right leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands. You can step it halfway, take a hold of your calf, help yourself get the rest of the way there, and then take a wider stance with your feet. So take your feet out a little more towards the long edges of your mat. There we go. Hands on the inside of your right foot. Back heel is up. Back heel is up. There we are. Now, great place to stay in your lower body as a lunge. If this feels supportive for you to have your hands down right here, pull your heart forward, and you feel it a heck of a lot in your hips, stay. If you want to take this into lunge dog, walk your hands over to that top left corner so your upper body is in downward dog and your lower body stays in that lunge. Lunge dog. It's still lunge dog if you bring your back knee down. It's just a different lunge. So you want your torso and your arms at a 45-degree angle if you're going for the lunge dog. Lifted knee or lowered knee. Keep breathing. Some of you who are in lunge dog, I'm seeing shoulders really close to your ears. So maybe take your arms into a wider V so you can feel the expanse of your upper back. 2 more breaths. Thanks, Bonnie. Now I can see you. Good. Make sure that front knee isn't going side to side, that it's stacked over your ankle. Yeah. Start to walk your upper body back to center if you're over to the side. Good. Step your front foot back, downward dog. Take any movements. If you'd like to do any kind of connected vinyasa, now is the time. If you want to drop into child's pose, great place to go. Returning into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Big toes touch together. Left leg, inhale, let it bring it up. Exhale, step it through, halfway, all the way. Give yourself a helping hand. Widen your stance towards the long edges of your mat. Yep, arms on the inside of your left leg. Find the lunge that works for you on this side, lifted knee or lowered knee. Feel free to stay as is or start to walk your hands over to that top right corner. So your upper body is in downward dog, lower body is in lunge. Lunge dog. Watch the shoulders, right? It's easy to try to muscle through this. Most of your body weight should be in your legs. No matter where you are, open up through your upper body, your chest, your collarbones. Yeah. And again, if you're in that variation where your arms are out to the side, try to keep your feet fixed as they are. So it's just from your waist up that's moving. Feel free to bring that back knee down. Last 2 breaths. Front knee stacked directly atop your front ankle. Last breath in. Exhale, if your arms are over to the right, bring them back into center. Move your way back into forward fold, top of the mat. Exhale. Good, then hands come down, step both feet back, downward facing dog. Again, the option to take that connected vinyasa if it's thoughtful, if it's intentional, you're welcome to take it here. Otherwise, move yourself into child's pose. We will all meet in Balasana, child's pose. As wide as you'd like your knees to be. As long as you need your exhale to be. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, slowly bring yourself up. Sit your hips to one side. Kick your feet out from the other. And come into Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. The farther your heels are out from the groins, the less intense it's going to feel on your hips. So if you get there and it immediately feels really tight, your knees are really high up towards your armpits, take a wider diamond. You can hold your ankles, your shins, lift up nice and tall. Exhale, shoulders down. So use some muscular energy, pulling your shoulders down your back. Good. Keep the soles of the feet pressing together. One more breath in. Slow breath out. If your eyes are closed, open them. Keep your right shin as it is. Take your left leg behind you. So you're going to come onto the inner left knee, connecting the sole of your right foot to the top of your left side, kind of a pinwheel shape. Seated spinal twist, left hand, right knee, right arm behind you. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, turn away from your legs. Shift your gaze, maybe looking over your back shoulder. Maybe you can even see your left toes wiggling. It's okay if you can't, don't worry about it. Breathe in, breathe out. One more inhale and exhale. Release your twist on an in breath. Bring your hands together at heart center, still in your pinwheel shape. You're going to slightly lean back on your glutes, take your knees up, over, and to the other side. There you go, tall chest. And then take the twist the other way. Right hand, left knee. Left arm behind you, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, turn away from your legs. Keep both ankles firmly flexed. It helps just find a lot of stability for your knees, like putting on a compression sock. So tall in your inhale, the twist comes with your out breath. Last inhale and exhale. You'll release your twist on an in breath. Hands together at heart center. One more time, you're going to use your belly muscles, slightly lean back onto your glutes, both knees up, extend your legs out in front. Try not to use your hands, just wiggle yourself around on your mat, using your bum and your sits bones. Bend your knees, feet flat to the floor. That way it's just a little easier on your lower back and hamstrings as you curl and roll all the way down to your mat. Sweeping your feet towards your bum and then hugging your knees straight in or wide and rock side to side. Good. If happy baby's calling to you, take that. Come into center. Take a moment, just close your eyes, hug your knees in, again, straight into your chest or wide out to the side. Let out a sigh. Release both feet down to the floor, knees bent. Hands on your belly. Feel the weight of your skull and your spine. As you take a slow inhale, release your right arm down to the floor, palm facing up. And then begin to walk your left toes farther away from your body, out to a diagonal. So you're slowly extending into the left leg, sliding the heel. So your leg is fully extended, foot flopping out to the side. So right arm and left leg. Begin to release any change in your breath, any holding of your shoulders. And on your next inhale, release your left arm down to the floor, palm facing up. Let out another sigh. Last piece of the puzzle. Walk your right toes away from your torso, inching your foot away, sliding your heel, extending your right leg, foot falling out to the side. And exhale, go right into your Shavasana. Accept these moments and minutes of silence and of quiet. Allow the right side of your body to rest. Allow the left side of your body to rest. Giving your whole self, physically and mentally, time to absorb your practice. Always feel free to let out a sigh or multiple sighs as needed. And to get ourselves to a seated position, we're going to take a little bit of a mindful journey. Slowly begin to bend your right knee. Drag your heel towards you until you find your foot flat to the floor and pause. Slowly begin to bend your left elbow till your left hand rests on your belly and pause. In your own timing, left heel begins to drag in towards you. So you feel the texture underneath your left foot, knee bent, pause. Right elbow begins to hinge and bend. Right hand on top of your left. And pause. Walk your feet together in towards your midline. Then walk your feet over to the right side. So just a little heel ball of the foot. Release your right arm, roll to your right side. Let your head rest on your upper arm. Bring your left hand in front of your chest and slowly press yourself up, coming into a final comfortable seated position. Sitting up tall, hands together in front of your chest and heart, elbows resting by your sides. Take 3 slow breaths all together to end practice. In through your nose, out through your mouth. And take a moment to remember and recall your intention. Don't leave it on your mat. Take it with you into the rest of your Friday. Thank you all for making the space and time in your life for this practice. It's an honor to be able to guide you in it. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Take your time. I went a couple minutes long today, and I felt like I could have gone an hour longer, but I know you guys all have things to do and places to go. So thanks for being here, everybody. I'll see some of you tonight on the screen. Betty Jo, you want to say hi? Betty Jo's always in the corner doing yoga on the other side.
Hey guys.
All right, I'll see Candace and Susan, I'll see you tonight. Diane, it was so lovely to have you. Bye, Larry. Lisa, it's good to have you. Is Audrey still napping?
Yep, she makes me a
Still
little
napping.
late, but I got here, so good to
That's
see
okay. All right, let's see if I can, let me do this.
you. Oh, Diane. Hold on one second, Mom.